Preeti Chaudhary is also joining us for more on this. What does this mean for the JJP? They stuck to their ground. They wanted 2 seats, Bhiwani Mahendragarh and the Hisar seat. BJP was willing to, at most, if push comes to shove, give 1 seat, and today has decided to snap ties simply because of JJP's insistence saying we'll go it alone.
Well, you know, the writing, Polami, has been on the wall for the JJP ever since its tie-up in 2019. You know, it broke up away from the INLD. At that point of time, it had the opportunity to put itself, and position itself as a strong regional player. Now, it tied up with the BJP with the help of the MLAs that it had, because the BJP was short on majority at that point of time. And I'll hark you back, Polami, in 2020, especially during the farm protest, the very own ranks of the JJP had broken, with some of them wanting to go with the farmers. At least 2 MLAs at that point of time had made it very clear that they were not with the party line in terms of, being anti-farmer at that point of time and what was being propagated in Haryana. Now, the position of the JJP is a sorry one right now. It's not the JJP so much sticking to its stand. What did the JJP want? It wanted the seat of Hisar. It's the same seat where Dushyant Chautala in 2019 fought and lost to Bhinder Singh from the BJP, who's now moved to the Congress. On the other hand, they wanted the seat of Mahendragarh Bhiwani. Now, Bhiwani Mahendragarh is the stronghold of the Banki Lal family where the Congress is concerned. However, the BJP at that point in 2019 had defeated Preeti Chaudhary from the Banki Lal clan in Congress over 2 lakh votes. The BJP is very strong, so they definitely don't want to give the Mahendragarh Bhiwani seat. The only point of negotiation could have been the Hisar seat. For the JJP, it's maybe damage control or trying to persevere a little too late, because there's a split within what's going to happen after this in terms of how will it all play out. There's already a split within the JJP ranks. There are many MLAs that are not happy with the leadership or the conduct of the party over the last few years. Huge weakening vote base. I'll give you an example. Rajasthan, the JJP went in as a regional player, especially in the Jat-dominated Sikar, Jhunjhunu, Churu belt. And at that point of time, if they had done better there, they would have gotten more bargaining power in Haryana. The JJP in Rajasthan actually finished 4th, Polami, right even under Nota. And therefore, with the debacle of Rajasthan now coming in and to, get it together, it was going to happen, if not now, then later. But for the JJP, within the JJP ranks, Dushyant Chautala was told in not too many words that if you don't bargain for those at least 2 seats, we will lose any kind of base that we have where the party is concerned in Haryana. It was a question of survival for the JJP to stick to its stand of wanting those 2 seats, because, if they had not been given those 2 seats, it would have been very difficult for the party to stay together, which was already at the brink of breaking. So, also, there are multiple side stories that are playing out in Haryana. The BJP unit is also not very happy with Mr. Khattar at the helm of affairs. They've been at least twice in the last 5 years, because Haryana elections are going to happen this month after the Lok Sabha elections. At least twice in the last couple of years, where Manohar Khattar was practically changed, but then somehow managed to stay put. Will there be a change of leadership with the reshuffling of the cabinet? That's a big question mark there. Where the JJP is concerned, the JJP would now, from what I said earlier, what would have been a strong regional player, now practically reduced to being a vote cutter in the Lok Sabha election for the Congress, which suits the purpose of the BJP in Lok Sabha and then in Vidhan Sabha as well, because that's actually what the JJP had done at that point of time, as formed as a young party, with a Jat base. In the state election, it had cut a sizable portion of the Congress vote. You speak to any Haryana Congress hand, and they'll tell you one of the main reasons why the party lost the elections in Haryana was because of the JJP at that point of time. So now it serves the purpose of the BJP, but what does it do for the BJP? Because JJP once again now reduced as a marginal, state player, tapping into the Congress vote bank in Lok Sabha and then later on in Vidhan Sabha. What is the vote base of the JJP? Jat and farmer. In 2020, when the farm protest was there, and the JJP at least at the front of it, had to take a very strong anti-farmer stand, standing with the government on those 3 laws. That led to a huge amount of factionalism within the ranks of the JJP and the voter of the JJP. All in all, where the JJP is concerned, weakening vote base, mutiny within its own ranks, and then not being able to consolidate in terms of getting what they wanted in Lok Sabha. That's a sorry picture for the JJP, but the story is also on what is going on in the BJP with the change of leadership. Will it happen? And then what is the Congress doing? Bhupinder Hooda is in the national capital, looking at the situation very closely. Because what do they need? They're at 41, there are 7 independents. They will right now save the government with the help of the 7 independents. But Purnami, you and I both know who've covered politics. It's a very slim margin. They needed a lot of the 10 MLAs from the JJP. And now getting in just the 7, independents. And would be a cause of concern. How long will this government last if it's only the 7 MLAs? Will the Congress move in? Or will the Congress want to just sit tight through the Vidhan Sabha elections because they want to go all in during the Vidhan Sabha elections? So the picture where Haryana politics is concerned only getting a lot more interesting.
Absolutely. Definitely gets a lot more interesting because obviously there are the Lok Sabha elections that are just around the corner, and then there is the state election as well. Haryana goes to polls by the end of this year. So this was, as you said, Preeti, this was writing on the wall. We'd heard several murmurs about how the Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister of the state weren't getting along, that there was a lot of friction between the two partners as far as, the government of Haryana was concerned. So clearly, this possibly was just the break point. The BJP may have decided, do you reckon, Preeti, that they're not going to give in to JJP's demand? And if push comes to shove, they're just going to go all by themselves. They're going to go solo because it happened like quite instantly. Yesterday, Dushyant Chautala was in Delhi. He met with JP Nadda as well. There was a 45-minute meeting. It was probably already decided by the BJP that if the JJP digs its heels in about those 2 Lok Sabha seats, then it will just go solo, BJP.